And for my next trick, I will saw my son in half. Alright, little Timmy. Where's the rest of your body gone? Hello, my gravy Timmies, and welcome back to another mega campaign in the Christmas of 2022. If you're new, Gravy Timmy, or not even a Gravy Timmy just yet, go down, hit the subscribe button. Wowzers. And you're not too certain what a Paradox mega campaign is, well, let me introduce you to it. We go from CK3 into EU4, into Vic2, into Hoi4, all on the exact same save, with the exact same nation. Now, I've done a few of these on the channel before. All of them have led to some interesting characters with some interesting wacky hijinks. And I gotta say, a mega campaign is incredibly fun. But first, before we get into anything, I do have to give a big shout out to all the people that make the converters to make the mega campaign possible, which you can find all the links down below in every single one of these videos. Also, if you ever want to go ahead and support the channel and the mega campaign by making fan art, as people usually do, you can go ahead and tweet it at me on my Twitter right here, send it to me on my Instagram right here, or just carry a pigeon. But yes, it's been another fantastic year on the channel, and it is always fun to end it off with a mega campaign. And again, if you've been enjoying the videos throughout the year, feel free to hit the sub and the like button down below, or else I'll chop you in half, just like Timmy down here. Right, I won't lie, I was 100% a little bit perplexed as to who to play this time around and what region we'll be going for in the mega campaign. Now, I've played quite a few nations already in the mega campaigns. We did Spain, we did England into the US, we did recently France and into the Crusader kingdoms, and then obviously we did the Legend of Shang too. He was an interesting fella. And today I want to do something unspeakable. I actually want to stay and play in Europe today. And today I think I'm gonna have to make a few adjustments to the little countdown here. Very carefully, dear viewer, as I turn this man into a raisin. Alright, let's say you want to make an intimidating Viking. How do you do that, you may ask? Well, it's quite simple. We want to go ahead and okay, you need to intimidate your opponents by getting very large. Extend your body as much as you can to scare off the threat. Wait, this is black bears. Your Honor, my client left the northern lands to pillage Europe for all its wares and riches. And just the fact he may or may not look like a banana from the side profile is irrelevant. You always have to be very careful when you get down to jaw forward, because you can go from like the ultimate Chad right here to something yeah, not quite. We've gone back a few thousand years to Neanderthals. Ain't no way I cannot name this unearthed caveman but one thing. Alright, Count Chadder of the County of Montagu. Alright, this just ain't gonna do it. I need something way more intimidating, way cooler for our dynasty coat of arms. Thankfully, here's one I made earlier. I think it's very Viking-like. It's very intimidating. And now people will take me seriously. Alright, now we're not too interested in changing the actual county down here because as we are playing a Viking, I don't really plan on staying here. But more importantly, we need to make our little Count Chad a bit more, well, first off, he needs to be way stupider than that. You sure you want to play as this guy? Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, there he is. And I see you found yourself a nice little hat while I was loading in. So, here we are in the small little province of France here. How we got here, we're not too sure. I think we got a little bit lost while raiding and pillaging, which of course we plan on only doing a lot more of. So, first off, we need to get ourselves situated somewhere we actually want to be. Whilst France is a wonderful country full of interesting characters, I don't want to be here again. And with the Viking DLC to CK3, I think, it gives you a special option in Casus Belli against other nations to do a Varangian adventure and actually go over there and move. We're gonna need a bit of prestige to do it though. So for now, we're just going to sit here for a little bit, make a bit of money, and then get the hell out of Dodge. You know, I can think of no better way to raise a bit of money than doing a little bit of pillaging. We don't really have a lot of troops at the moment, so we kind of have to go somewhere we know we can raid. So I'm just looking for people that have a lot smaller armies than me at the moment. There we go. Anyway, we got 151, and we are gonna go ahead and do a hunt, which should give me more than enough prestige at this point to do whatever the hell I want. Oh, sorry, I completely forgot. I need to be at least distinguished, so a little bit more prestige will be needed. Okay, so this is the problem with being around France and just Northern Europe in general, is that everything within a mile radius has been pillaged already. Probably also find myself a nice lady to keep me company, if you know. Why are you wearing sunglasses? She's got 21 martial, but she is 33. But I'm gonna do it anyway. My beautiful wife. Go now, increasing my levies and then also marrying with the extra martial has given me a much larger army to raid with, which is gonna come in handy. My new boy, Hakon. I think we're gonna have to get him a much better name than that. Chadderson, of course. She did not last too long not being pregnant. There, she's really popped another one in her, eh? Here you go. Finally, we have hit a distinguished level of fame, which means it is time for us to leave the horrible, horrible lands of Northern and Western Europe and go to the south where the riches of untold prospect lie. Now, I'm thinking that Sardinia will be a good base for us to start off. They don't have a lot of troops, but they are in such a good position for us to do a lot of raiding over in Italy that I think it's where we're gonna go. So we shall lead our Varangian adventure against the Duchy of Sardinia. Count Chad has been waiting for this moment his entire life, and it is time to strike. So we're being careful here. I am leading the battle myself, and we should have this on numbers alone. I have an incredible amount of martial skill, so this should be completely fine, I hope. Please don't lose the battle, Chad. I don't know why the hell you look like that. Well, they actually went off the province and sieged this down, which means we then get a defender bonus on it anyway. So yep, we just absolutely smashed them. Sardinia shall be ours. Alright, there we go. Excellent, we have moved. Money I just got there, I'm going to invest into some much better units. Now, Huskars and Varangians are both very good, but also very expensive. But they are also pretty much the best heavy infantry in the game. So I'm going to get one of them, and it's going to hurt just a little bit. A big problem with what we're doing, moving further away from Northern Europe, is that we're getting further away from our holy sites, which means realistically we're probably never going to be able to reform our religion. At some point we probably will convert to a religion. I'm just not too sure which one yet, but for the meantime anyway, we've got way more pillaging to do before we think about becoming civilized. I just gained the nickname the Unrelenting Y'all Chad. You're getting quite old now. You're into almost your 40s, so we should get yourself a bit of a beard, I think. Looking so much better. Yeah, Y'all Chad's starting to look like he may try to wash your windshield for you at a stop sign. Right, now that is a raiding army. Italy is just free real estate for loot. Well, had to come back very quickly to deal with the peasant uprising, which I don't think they know was about to hit them. Yep. There ain't nothing stopping me here. I am having a field day. Bonus of also doing all this raiding is I'm getting a lot of people to ransom back to the towns and villages that I have pillaged. You know, you're looking awfully square, son. Of course, the ultimate raiding target would be Rome. I do want to go ahead and, you know, knock on the Vatican's door and help myself to their coffers, but I'm gonna need just a wee bit of a bigger army. I accidentally walked in some Italian land there, and I think I just absolutely destroyed them. I'll keep on raiding. The more battles we win, the more my glory is told across the world, and the larger I can grow my realm. We go. Sardinia fully under our control now. Jarl is very happy. His wife kind of giving him the stink eye though right now. Not sure why I haven't even taken any concubines. Yeah, okay, calm down, lady. Why won't he take off those damn sunglasses? I am going to try for a bit of a hit and run on Rome. As you can see, there is a lot of loot to be had. 53 alone in Rome. But it all comes down to whether or not I can win this battle, and I won it quite easy. Thank you very much, Pope. And the raid of Rome commences. Now, of course, Jarl Chad walking into Rome and pillaging it is one thing, but taking it would be a whole other... Oh my god, literally, they just got crusades as I say that. Yes, while I do really want to take Rome, I can't just, you know, waddle on over. We're gonna have to wait for an opportune time, because as soon as we do, he will raise 10 billion holy orders against me. In time, though, we shall keep the coffers full and plentiful so we can keep growing and getting stronger, and this time we're taking a little visit to Greece. And sieging down Constantinople alone would be pretty impressive, considering it has 90 loot in it, but that'd be one hell of a feat. But we can raid everything else around it. Don't mind if I do. I think we just barely won that battle. Okay, we need to, yeah, we've overstayed our welcome. Let's get the hell out of here. And we got wounded. My son had a son. Chadderson of Chadson Chadder. So I guess we'll call him Chadderson Son. Chadderson Son. Now, we are Norse, but I think it may be time to diverge our culture too. There are a few bonuses to doing this, of course, and creating our own culture, or at least merging with the Sardinian one, would probably be the most beneficial thing we could do. To merge it, we wouldn't be able to do that just yet, at least until I get a throne room, become a king, because we're gonna need cultural acceptance, which, yeah, we're not very accepting of, but we could definitely diverge our culture away from Norse. The thing I wanted to change was to get battlefield looters, which gives us gold from battles and a bit more looting capacity, but we get way less prestige and fame from battles, which is completely fine, as I can get prestige many other ways, but gold, not quite. The Chadders culture. The worst thing ever, but yeah, I do plan on merging with Sardinian when I can, so don't get too used to looking at the Chadders culture. Also, this is good. The reason I did it in the first place is because now that I am head of the culture, I can actually go ahead and be in charge of doing the innovations, whereas if I was still in Norse, it would be left to King blah 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 of Bjornsson. Next up, I want to create the Kingdom of Sardinia, which means I'm gonna need Corsica off Italy, which I don't think will be that bad. They don't have a lot of troops, I hope. Please don't go badly. Don't have any siege equipment, but we did pick up ourselves the military engineer, which it speeds it up quite enough that we don't really need them just yet. And there goes the Italians. They are, yeah, not looking too fresh against me. Really making me come siege down their dumb little capital, and they've moved back. I'm gonna go burn it to the ground. And I've stolen his daughter. She's mine now. I also stole one of your shiny trinkets. Don't mind if I... That's a lot of prestige. Nice, I'll take that. Think I beat up Italy a bit too much there. They've turned burgundy colored. Okay, so now all we need to form Sardinia is 500 gold, which we don't currently have, and I'm not willing to go raiding because I'm a little bit, ouchie. I have an ouchie. Wife kicked the bucket. New wife looks suspiciously similar to the old one. Healed up. Gonna take another visit to Rome and fill the coffers up. Okay, yeah, there you go. I can hold 528 gold now on a raid. That is pretty nice. Well, let's see how much money I get from this battle too. So I'm at 180 and 196. Nice. I can just beat up the Pope too and I'll get even more money. Chadderson has been murdered. I can only assume that it was my other son that probably did it. Well, You know, I didn't preemptively name you Chatterson. I didn't expect you to kill your brother, but we'll see if he did kill, his brother when we take over, I imagine. I guess now, we're not gonna be Chatterson, we'll be, Chatterson, Chatterson, Chat. We should definitely be careful of who you hang around. You are probably enemy number one of a certain son of mine. New wife immediately gave us another son. The inheritance was going to be very tricky, I imagine, but that is not a problem for y'all Chad, because he'll be dead. Boom! The kingdom is now secured. And that's just... I held court, and immediately someone has come to me complaining that a monster is killing their cattle, so I guess I'll go deal with it myself. And now I'm also just fighting someone. Come to the King of Sardinia, hold court with him, where he will fight you. Yeah, just another day in the court of Sardinia, you know, just Mortal Kombat. I was born into this world very stupid. This man is attempting to teach me how to read. Now, officially, have one smart. You know, conquering Italy might not be the easiest thing overall. I think it could be profitable, but probably not just yet. I mean, it's 921 AD right now, and holding on to this land without a proper succession will be a bit of a pain. So whilst I was looking at the Pope and thinking he would be a tasty snack, I'm instead going to look down here to Tunisia, where there is a child in charge. A very weak child, who just so happens to have a kingdom I can snatch. I was like, that wasn't too difficult. There also was someone else, and the child got overthrown. Yeah, look at that. That's a nice bit of extra land. When did I get the delicious face of Jesus? A collection of saffron cakes that bear the resemblance of Jesus. Won't lie, King Chad is not feeling too great at the moment. His health is lacking. Probably down to the fact I got myself the Great Pox, which, yeah. It's time for my Great Pox treatment, and I think there is no more time for caution. We must go straight in. And it's not like we're really gonna live that much longer anyway. We're 82. Yeah, that did not go well. Ouch. She just chopped off one of my legs. Great. So we are reaching the end of our lifespan right here. I have gone ahead and made the succession safe. So it'll go into our second son, who, you may remember as the person who probably killed our first son. And as looking at his kills and how many people he has murdered, it's looking very likely he did. Just gained the trade lunatic, which I refuse to believe I just gained. I'm pretty sure people have just found out. Just look at him. Come on. Yeah, I don't see us holding on much longer at this point. And the sad part is our son has just gained the infirm trait too, so he won't last too long either. Somebody's trying to murder me now. I have no doubt that it's probably my son. We're gonna die right now. There's only one thing I think that's fitting for us to end our life on, and that is a good pillage. And there's no better place I'd like to raid than Constantinople. Alright, let's see if we can take this army. It's gonna be very risky. They have a lot of horsemen. Oh, same. We're going to win. Let's see. No, we definitely are not going to win. Okay, ouch. You know what, though? We did way more casualties than they did to us. I'm gonna go back and give that a second shot. Coming back? Where have they gone? Are they at war now? Okay, they're at war. Maybe they'll be too busy to deal with it. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can just burn Constantinople to the ground, and I can. Right, it's time for my Great Pox treatment. Am I going to die while raiding Greece? Okay, no, she actually did chop off my leg by accident this time. That's just absolutely great. I'm still poor. Okay, maybe we can make it back to Italy before I die. The grand raid on Constantinople was achieved. I think that is something to be proud of. Now, I don't actually want to keep Tunisia. Whilst it would be great, I think it'll only become a bit of a problem when it comes to succession later down the line. We're a long way off any law that's actually useful for us aside from like elective. So I'm just gonna create the kingdom and give it to my son down here. There we go. We've got the little Viking kingdom of Africa down here. Hopefully he keeps a hold of it. Realistically though, Probably not. Kind of tempted to do the same thing over here in southern Italy too, against the Dwarf King of Naples over here. But we'll wait until we have a different character, as Jarl Chad is, well, he's not in the best shape right now. I just outlived the Great Pox, but yeah, I'm still dying. Probably from being a drunk lunatic. Hey, age 90 though, Jarl Chad, the unrelenting of Sardinia, who is one-eyed, not one-legged. Apparently I misread that, or I just, it was a dual option and I got the one-eyed option. So those spectacles make even less sense now. I am just so surprised that you are still alive that I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to attempt to kill the Pope. I think it's time. Again, I keep saying we're at the end of our life, but somehow this guy just... Die already, King Chad! We are going to try it though. We're going to attempt to kill the Pope. And also hire my own holy order, which is the Yoms Vikings, which have been created, which will hopefully help me against Pope, as he does get holy orders too. Right, so far though, he's only got 6.8k, which we're easily going to be able to defeat. No way about that. God, I will be dead within a year. You're going to be able to siege this down in time before I die. King Chad quite literally fell at the last hurdle. We had to regroup and come back to Sardinia, as our army majestically blew up as soon as we got this inheritance. And surprisingly enough, he didn't actually kill his brother. I am so sorry to have thought that badly of you, son, but you you have murdered a lot of people. Can we somehow still salvage this war? I hope we can. Pope has just sent his army away. Now is the time, I think. Well, the Pope was busy with a crusade, I imagine, which is probably why he left with the entire army. He just arrived back as soon as I was about to get the siege done. Nice! You know, I think it's safe to say that the siege of Rome for now will, well, we didn't get it. Unfortunately, it's just out of our reach for now. Doesn't mean I ain't gonna raid him though. I'm gonna raid my money back that I just gave him to peace out. Surprisingly enough, our half-brother over here is actually keeping the kingdom together quite well. I'm actually a little bit surprised with that one, but it does inspire me to put more brothers on more thrones. Just died in prison, but just looked at my other heir. Excuse me? So finally, we can go ahead and do our merging of the cultures over here, which I've been wanting to do for a long time, because that's going to go ahead and give us a whole bunch of tech that we, well, never gonna get. I don't think Sardinio Chatters is gonna be the name we're gonna call it though. Much better. Chat-Italian. We go. The Chat-Italian people have emerged, which means I think these provinces up here actually converted too, which is very, very nice. More importantly, it means I can actually now get some siege equipment, which I'm going to need to actually kill the Pope efficiently. Let's give it a second go. Failed quite horrendously the first time we tried this, and the second time we tried this, but this time, maybe. Oh no, we just got absolutely hammered again. Uh-oh. I did call my brother in and expected his army here too, but he immediately got declared war on for these guys down here, which, yeah, that kind of ruined the war for us. So I killed them, and now hopefully my brother will come and help me. Okay, the Pope has every single holy order under the surface of the earth here. We'll give it a go anyway. We don't have this, sadly. We'll have to try again for the fourth battle for Rome. And the very forgettable realm of King Srocco was put to an end very quickly. I guess I am now King Farquaad. Amazing. Let's just immediately just sort that hair out for you, shall we? Okay, that is the guy from Hot Fuzz that goes... Yeah. A great big bushy beard. We are on a string of bad luck in this kingdom. Dying of pneumonia right now. Oh, he's dead. This is it though. We are now on King Chatterborn, or Cheetahborn, I'm gonna have to change that. Sorry, but we have a long history in this family of being unable to read or write. You see, if I actually just go ahead and raid the Pope can't do anything to stop me. I think it's time we steal another kingdom. Now, ever since Mr. Chad himself died, we've been on a bit of a downward spiral. And now it is time to turn it around with Chadderborn himself. Definitely nothing hard about that, and Italy has been taken. Of course, I don't really plan on holding Italy once again. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to someone else, but to have another Viking ally would be great, as well, it kind of looks like the other one has shrunk in the wash. I don't really have any relatives alive. I've only got one son, and she's 51, so she's probably not going to give me any more. But I went ahead and got a cousin from Africa. I brought her over. She had a son, and I put him in charge. So hopefully the baby doesn't... He's 0 years old, by the way. He was just born. But I did convert a whole bunch of the people under him beforehand to our religion. So it should be fine regardless. Hopefully if he does get overrun, it's by someone of the right religion. Yeah, Italy just immediately exploded. But this was okay too. You know what? Just as disunified Italy is fine with me. Oh, also, if you wanted to know what was going on in the rest of the world right about now, yeah, it's probably best you didn't know. I'm gonna start taking a few concubines, as I could do with a couple more sons to start putting on dukedoms and counties as far as I can. We're only 46, so we should be able to spread our influence a bit more, man. So we can also go down the pillage legacy here, and if we actually do this, we get another 5 gold per 100 casualties, which if you stack that with our culture one that we already have is pretty damn good. Yeah, this one gives us 1 gold per 100, so that is a lot more gold coming in. Let's go ahead and test it right now. Let's go pay another visit to the Pope. So we got 207 right there. Let's see how many we get after we win this battle. And we got... That's a lot of gold. Let's go beat up the Pope a second time there. So we got 309. We beat him, we get... Yeah, so note to self, if you're ever running low on cash, just go to the Pope, hang him upside down from his ankles, and shake the pennies out of his pockets. Not only did I just get like 800 gold or whatever from beating up the Pope too, just from raiding as well, I got another 400, so yeah, that was quite the haul. Here we go. I've just been spending the time creating another North African state, and I've put one of my sons, King Chadderborn's son of Chadvic. He's now gonna have to hold that kingdom down together, and we still have Africa too. They're doing okay. Italy was a very failed experiment, but there is someone still actually our religion over there, so I guess we had somewhat of a lasting impact. Well, Chadderborn, you actually led probably the most successful life since our first ruler, and yeah, it's actually a shame to see you die here. I am gonna give it another go to take Italy, and hopefully this time it sticks. I think I just captured the king and won the war immediately. My nephew is still a duke over here. Oh, that makes things a lot easier. Oh, and I think this time I'm gonna be keeping Italy myself because you cannot be trusted. Okie dokie. This is why I've been a little bit apprehensive on taking too much land, especially in Italy. The Pope's got a word, and he's not too happy. Hear me out. What if I kill the Pope before he kills me? Uh-oh. The crusade fails. Did I just glitch it out by declaring war on the Pope? Did my preemptive strike work? My god, is this it? Is this the time I finally beat the Pope? Every time I beat one of these armies, my money just goes up. That was an 11k army. What's that gonna go up to? Oh! Dude, this has finally sieged down Rome. Oh my god. Okay, oh joy. My god, after 100 plus years of humiliation, we have finally done it. But not before I go beat up the armies. Have finally beat the Pope. There we go. He's gone! Literally, generations of our family have failed to do this. You know, I think it's almost time for a bit of a rebrand for our kingdom, too. It's finally time to conjure up an empire. We could be the Empire of Italia, but I don't think that's quite fitting with our heritage. There is one more thing I want to do before we finish up here, and that is to reform our religion. You see, I was originally thinking about actually just converting to Catholicism, but since we've kind of beaten Catholicism into the ground, I don't think that's fitting at all. To reform our amazing religion, we are going to need 3 holy sites. We have 0 holy sites, and they just so happen to be where we left. So we have a few to choose from, and I think the easiest ones we're gonna get is probably the one in England, and then the 2 in Sweden right now. It is time for the long, arduous trip home after all of these years. Please, we're back. We're just like you, but Italian. Catholics have foolishly launched a crusade against me, and I can only imagine how much money I'm about to make from all this. Ooh. Okay, money not so much, but the piety, now that's actually gonna come in handy. Papal shenanigans down, let's go back to trying to reform the faith. Hey, there we go, we've got all 3 holy sites now, and now we just need a whole bunch of piety and we can reform the religion. Finally, I've just kind of been AFK building up our piety for the longest time. We can go ahead and reform the faith. But before I do that, there's one more thing we need to do. It's going to require us to steal the rest of Italy from the Byzantines. Hey, not difficult at all, and obviously the reason we did that is not because I'm that interested in unifying Italy under the Chadwick dynasty. I thought to myself that if we are going to reform our religion, there should be no vile stench left over from the old one. As such, the papacy shall now officially be dismantled. There it is. Gone once and for all. There we go. The papacy is now completely gone. There is no head of faith, and Catholicism is just left in the void. Exactly where that'll take us, I'm not too sure, but I don't care, because now it is time to reform our own faith. There we go. We have now reformed the faith, and we have a head of faith, which is me, which also means I can do some crusades. And there you go. I've moved the capital of our court right into Rome, where it belongs. Now, this is probably the most powerful nation I've ever made it in a mega campaign. As of yet, we essentially have, well, all of Italy, which means I won't be doing any more conquest. Not myself, anyway. I mean, you know, like, yeah, there's a void left in the world where Catholicism has failed, and I am willing to, you know, fill it up a little bit. So, let's put a more favourable government in charge of England, shall we? The crusade was successful, and now we've got my uncle in charge of England. I also gave him the holy sites up here in Sweden and Norway too, because I don't want to have to deal with them. Feeling extra weird today. I think it's time to set up a holy crusade to set up a Greek Viking state. Crazy, with just all the buffs I get from all the money from winning battles, I go from like nothing to 1,000 in just a single battle, like late game. Just look at it go up. Just look at it go up. He's gonna give me a Hey, money's not really an issue at any point during this part of the game. You may be wondering why I'm even playing at this point, and it's simple. We're gonna keep going until after the Mongol invasion. When the Mongol invasion is finished, then we will end the game and go into EU4. But I don't plan on doing any expanding anymore. All I've been doing is converting my land at the moment. So, England did a very good job of that, by the way. The Emperor's falling asleep. You know, we created a perfect specimen when we started this game, and we've turned into slug people. Took him long enough, but he's finally arrived. No less during the start of young Chad's reign at 17 years old. Not that I think he'll have any clue what the Mongol Empire is, but yeah, too busy doing 13th century Zoomer things like The plague. I kind of birthed this Viking little state down here a very long time ago, and I just realized how large it's become. It's also in the old religion too. It's not even the new one, so they can still rage and raid and pillage. So yeah. I'll say the Mongol Empire is definitely less traumatic to experience when you're not right on their border with them. Now, I haven't looked over here in a while. I gotta say, the Mongols actually quite scary right now. They're still on Temujin right now, and he has made it all the way through Ukraine already. Also, there are 3 different schemes to murder me right now. I'm just that cool. Just make things a hell of a lot worse in Europe. That's not what I meant to do. That's my brother. My brother was the king of Germany who just turned France. Okay, you know what? I didn't even know. I should not have got involved. Thank whatever Viking god we are currently worshipping that did not last too long. Well, the Khan has died. At least the first one. Now, what exactly the second one's gonna do, because if you don't know, they do keep this trait which allows them to do all this crazy Mongolian stuff for a couple rulers. Well, he died again. Now we've got this guy, and he still has the Great Khan, so we'll see if he explodes. Thank you for your mercy, Odin. There you go. That is the collapse of the Mongols, and exactly where we're gonna leave off. We've played a hell of a long time, probably the longest I've ever played in a mega campaign in CK3 ever, but it was a lot of fun, and I mostly just spent the rest of my time for the past few hours just building up Rome, honestly. It was fun though, watching the world develop, and I did get involved in a few places, and I've paid the price, but this is where Chadwick will leave off. Our great dynasty was left off with Chadasons, and our religion is firmly cemented in a few places. Unfortunately, we did lose it in the British Isles, but it's still a few remnants here and there. What actually will be most interesting to see is the fact the Muslim powers are actually incredibly strong, and will be even stronger in EU4. But yeah, it's definitely a bit of my fault. I may have collapsed Catholicism beyond belief by eating the Pope alive, but I am very interested to see where this goes, and I also am interested to see where I'm going to take the Chadwick Empire. I don't think I'll be doing any colonizing, or maybe a little bit. I haven't really decided. We already have quite a big power base over here in Italy that I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. I don't want to be too overpowered going into Vicky 2, so we'll see. Okay, we'll see. But just for a quick overview of everywhere else in the world right now, the British Isles is, yeah, Ireland has sniped Iceland. Scandinavia, believe it or not, is looking the best it has done for a while. For a long time, Denmark was actually owned by Lithuania, and they've just broken free for the first time in quite a few years. India, yep. Asia, yep. Middle East, actually looking pretty unified, which I think is going to be the scariest part of EU4, honestly. The Byzantines, quite interestingly enough, it still has the Crusader state I popped down in them, but I never realized that someone in my empire stole Byzantium. At least that's what it's called now. It's Byzantium, which is Constantinople, as obviously you all know. I'm not even sure who owns this. It's under a vassal, under a vassal, under a vassal. So yeah, but I don't even know how it happened. But yeah, either way, I think it is time to take this into EU4 and carry on the journey. So if you enjoyed watching this and following along with the Chad Dynasty, the cursed Chad Dynasty, and you want to keep supporting the channel, feel free to leave a like and subscribe button down below. And you have any fan art or any such of the likes that you want to send me, feel free to send it to my Twitter or my Instagram, or post it on the iSorrowproductions Reddit. But yes, until next time, the Chad boys have a bit of a rework to go through.